In yet another case of a Virginia public school turning a blind eye to female students' privacy concerns, Fairfax County Public Schools now facing some hot water and possible trouble regarding Title IX investigation by the federal government. And the situation arose after a 14-year-old female student saw a male, a sophomore, with facial hair inside the girls' locker room ahead of a PE class at the West Springfield High School. Well, how did administrators react to that situation? Well, here now to share that story is a mom of one of the students there at West Springfield High School, Stephanie Lundquist-Arora. She's also a chapter leader of the Independent Women's Network. Stephanie, welcome to Washington Watch. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Jody. Thank you so much for having me. It's unbelievable how many scandals there are in Fairfax County, right? It's like some kind of corrupt New York City from the 1920s. This is like Tammany Hall. District policy allows for bathroom and locker room use based on so-called or proclaimed gender identity and not sex, which is a violation of Title IX. The U.S. Department of Education has already said so. So in this case, it's a parent's absolute worst nightmare. A young freshman girl went in and she saw this and she told the authorities. And there's really nothing that they could do. And it's difficult right now to criticize, for example, the teacher or the principal of the school, because if they were to actually go against district policy, which is to allow this to happen, they could be fired. So this starts from a very, very woke superintendent and a school board, which is 12 members, all Democrat endorsed. So basically you have a school district that's sponsoring predatory behavior. And a friend of mine got a hold of me and said that she didn't find out that this was happening. Her daughter was, I have 3 sons. Her daughter was one of the ones in the locker room at the time. She didn't find out this was happening until it was reported on local news in the evening. They didn't let the parents know that the girls were being subjected to this. So she was definitely really upset by that and found out when she asked her daughter that her daughter had been changing since the beginning of the month in a bathroom stall. So absolute, just a complete disregard to women and girls' privacy in the most intimate spaces in their schools.
So what did the school administrators say regarding the male student's gender identity? I mean, obviously there was a disregard for the concerns of the female students, but did they offer any, or did they give any kind of explanation regarding the male student's gender identity? Not that that makes any real difference here, but what was their reaction regarding this?
Well, as far as I know from what's been reported, this boy wasn't even presenting as a girl. He wasn't even pretending he was a girl. He had facial hair and he was just a boy in there leering because he felt like it. So that's the information that I have. And it's really interesting, isn't it? This secret keeping on the part of the schools from the parents. You can't even get your kids to have a Tylenol if they have a headache without them, like calling you. That's part of parental rights. Like you should know if your kids are taking, Tylenol or something. But this is a case where they don't even let you know if your daughters are being subjected to a boy who just is, saying he's a boy with his, facial hair, and he just wants to be in there leering. That's what the policy is allowing. And what we're seeing is that all policies at the district level that are political in nature, they're keeping from the parents. So they're giving our kids really invasive surveys about their pronouns, get to know you surveys about what are your preferred pronouns. The district is undergoing an investigation, a criminal investigation for allegedly facilitating abortions of helping facilitate abortions of girls who are minors in the schools and allegedly also paying for them. So we just have so many issues here: violation of Title IX, wow, violation of parental rights. I mean, there are so many problems in this district that need to be addressed at the district level. And this is happening not just in West Springfield High School, but across the entire district.
Yeah, that was one reason I was asking you if they identified the gender of this, because as I have not yet heard that they have even said that he was, as you alluded to, posing as a girl. They, as I recall, as I understand, they actually referred to him as a boy, but they were just going to let a boy be in the girls' spaces. Just unbelievable. Now, I understand that the administrators and board members were confronted by a lot of concerned parents over all this. What was their response to that?
Well, you can look on social media, and these people are just willing to die on this transgender hill. Since 2019, they've invested, I don't know if that's the best word. They've poured down a bottomless pit, $44 million on legal fees since 2019. And this is all while our property taxes are certainly being increased. And then they're putting up these proclamations on social media about this being a matter of transgender rights. They claim that they're abiding by state law, which is not the case. In the Fourth Circuit, there's a court case, Grimm is the court case in the Fourth Circuit, and this is about a student who had been taking puberty blockers and transitioning for years that was permitted to use the bathroom facilities of matching whatever the proclaimed gender identity was. So the district is just taking this to its logical extreme. No matter what you think about the Grimm case, this is far beyond that. It's not supported by any kind of case law. Nor is it supported by state law or federal law. So it's just a complete violation, blatantly.
Stephanie Lundquist-Arora, thank you so much for joining us on Washington Watch and sharing this very disturbing story. But thank you so much for joining us, and keep charging.
Thanks so much for having me.